new podcast. Yeah.
Pulling my tablet out so I can order my food while I'm on this bitch.
There you go, smart man. Shoot, I'm hungry too. I'm ready to eat,
I'm ready.
I obviously ain't eating until 10 o'clock. All right, let's get it. 3, 2, 1. Yo. Welcome back to the Heavily Opinionated Podcast. It's your boy, Jamel Kijana, a.k.a. Melly Mel, a.k.a. whatever you want to call me. And with me, I got...
It's your boy. It's your homie. It's the one in the red hoodie because I'm always going to get the cutty.
Hey.
How you doing, Melly Mel?
Can't complain, my brother. Who else we got in here tonight?
It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's your boy, Cooley Hot, a.k.a. Frank Mason. Having them in waiting, but we were robbing. So
yes, sir. Yeah. All right, bet. Who else in here tonight?
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It's the people's favorite DJ Rose. What's good with y'all tonight, man?
It's all good. Good to have you back up in here. Who else we got in here tonight? Last but not least.
Hey, I'm petitioning for a fucking switch. Y'all gonna have to put me before this nigga. This nigga said good morning, good night, good afternoon. What the fuck?
Bro, really principle.
Hey, man, so whenever you listening in, man. Bro. Hey, last but not least, you know what I'm saying? Your favorite but not least. You know what I'm saying? But hey, what I was about to say real quick. Nigga, what the fuck he mean by I got the red hoodie on and I ain't never missing out? What the fuck that mean, Playboy? Because I'm trying to figure out what that mean, nigga. I'm missing the red light. We is a little too, like, I don't know what you mean by that.
I didn't say missing out.
You said I'm never missing out. I got the red hoodie. Red hoodie is not missing out on the cutty. You said I'm getting all the cutty. I got the red hoodie. Oh. I'm just trying to figure out what hood is red. I'm just trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
The one I got
on, a little crazy.
I got the red hoodie on because I never missing out. I got the red hoodie on and I'm never missing out on the cutty because I always get cutty because when I got the females. Come on, I got the female.
Right. I feel you on that. I feel you on that on the get the female part, but it's the red part that throw me off because we know women
because I have a red hoodie.
That time of the month where they go red. You know what I'm saying? And that's outrageous for you to just be out here saying.
He's interpreting.
Nobody was thinking that.
Nobody was thinking that.
You keep the red hoodie on and you get the cutty. That's what I'm saying. You keep the red hoodie on and you get the platinum. That's outrageous.
You're reaching right now, cuzzo. You're reaching right now.
Reaching.
No, see, y'all not. I'm looking for the triple entendres. You feel me?
Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. This man, Najee, is not Lil Wayne. This man is not Lil Wayne.
And I'm hearing what he's saying.
Boom. Red hoodie, because I know. Oh God, this man here. You think I'm Lil Wayne? I'm not. I ain't even
really not missing. You just letting us know you're not missing no red lights. That's all I'm just making sure of. You let us know you ain't missing no red lights. Little Red Riding Hood, red fucking hoodie. I appreciate the knowledge, brother.
I can't just play with the fact that I'm wearing a red hoodie on.
I thought that's all he was doing too. I think that's all he was trying to do. I don't think it got nothing to do with no running red lights, none of that stuff.
Get political and
You may have been trying to play with that red hoodie pause. But at the end of the day, dog, you gotta watch what you say. Because you talking about I got a red hoodie and I'm getting cutty, and we know women can give you the red hoodie. So I'm just trying to understand and make sure that the people know, because I didn't understand.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Pause. I ain't letting that fly over my head. Pause.
What? How you gonna go?
Ain't letting that fly over
Bro, do not let this man. Bro, this man Pat will be. This man. No. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Pat's gonna be on a plane one day. And the pilot is going to say, attention passengers, we are now flying over the Himalaya. Pause!
Where's the pause at? How's that challenging? I'm challenging the pause call. I'm challenging.
You want me to break it down?
No, we got it.
Fly over?
I get what you were saying.
Fly over, yeah. I ain't letting shit fly. I ain't letting a man fly shit over me. Pause. I ain't letting
Okay, yeah, that's definitely pause when you doing that, but nobody was saying.
I thought if I said that comment, it was just gonna fly over. It's not. I didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna just let this fly over y'all head." What? I ain't saying nothing about that.
Ain't nothing flying over me. Ain't shit that you got going on flying over me with no red hoodie. You getting cookie. I'm just gonna let you know that right
now. Bro, yeah, Pat is definitely in prison. Pat is definitely in prison the way he is talking. Bro, do not take this man honey bun. Bro, this man is not playing.
Nigga, you want
your cornbread, nigga? I'm on all that.
Ain't nothing flying over me, nigga.
Ain't nothing free.
It's crazy. I can't even wear a red hoodie.
He gonna crash out by that honey bun. Don't touch it,
dog. Hey, dog. I'm just letting you know.
What you letting us know? That you got a beef with red hoodies? That's crazy.
Hey, no, I ain't got no beef with red hoodies, but I got beef with niggas talking about they got red hoodies and getting cootie. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want to make sure. Actually, I ain't even got no beef. Pause. Because I don't want no beef.
Let me get
no beef. I want no beef with
I was about to say, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a pause.
You got beef with a nigga and wear a red hoodie.
Say they giving him cootie.
Yeah. I ain't got no beef with that. You can do you. You can do you.
I'm about to say,
Just make sure you clarify.
I'm about to say, you got beef with brothers getting cootie? Okay.
Make sure you let nigga know what you mean when you tell me you got a red hoodie getting the cookie, bro. That's it.
All right, let's get into it, man. It was a great weekend in football, man. I don't know if y'all watched anything, but we're going to break down some college football real quick and then finish up with the NFL as we usually do. So before we get started, did anybody see any college games that stuck out to them this weekend?
We're going to talk about that UFC in Colorado.
Most definitely. Got to talk about that one.
And how UFC, I like them in the top 5. I like them in the top 4 into the playoffs. Front runners in the Pac-12.
Yeah, they definitely got the Pac-12 on lock. Maybe. Oh, wait, my bad. This is from the week previous. Scroll down a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So we had you. I really liked Utah this week. But they lost. They lost to Ugalele or whatever the guy's name from Clemson is. He just had a nice little game and ended up upsetting Utah. Penn State's creeping. They're starting to blow a lot of teams out. So we got to be on the lookout for them to possibly beat Michigan or Ohio State down the road. So they're a sleeper team. Florida, we pulled up to Kentucky. Well, yeah, we're gonna get to Michigan. We gonna get there because I got something to say about them. As my usual, though, nothing new. Florida, we couldn't get it done, man. We beat Tennessee 2 weeks ago. Everybody was like, oh, they're solid. We might have had that first loss early to Utah because it was the first game. It was an away game. We just weren't ready. New quarterback. But then once we got the win against Tennessee, we were like, okay, maybe we might be able to do something. And then we just do this against Kentucky. And those 14 points were like garbage time points. It wasn't even – it was horrible. We allowed Kentucky's running back to just run all over us. They barely threw the ball like that. It was just horrible defense, poor tackling, offense, play calling was just not great. We don't even have an offensive coordinator. So that's a huge thing right there. When your head coach is constantly calling the plays, not in this day and age, not at this level of play. That's not something that the head coach should be doing. That's something that should be kind of lean more to the offensive coordinator's job. But hopefully we'll hire somebody for next season. If not, Billy Napier, pack your bags. Get ready to transfer your kids because you're not going to be in Florida much longer. That's all I have to say about that. Now, the big game right here, USC and Colorado. I watched what I could, bouncing back between the Florida game. It was a nice game. At first, it started off, USC was going to blow out, but, we all know USC has no defense. They've never been known for defense, so they allowed Colorado to climb back. And, yeah, so did anybody else have any other takes from the game?
Yeah, I just like how the tenacity of that football unit, and also I just again in highlighting that USC is the real deal. Like I know they're in the Pac-12, I know they're not in the SEC, but as I look at them, from week to week, they just progress. They don't have no defense, but that quarterback is like that. Definitely a front runner for the Heisman. So, yeah, I think it was just the fact that they was able to hold them off and still slide with the victory. That's even more to the point where they can hang in them big, high-scoring games and at the end of the day bring home the W. So I just say keep USC on your radar. That's what I got from that game.
Yeah, most definitely got to keep them on the radar. Caleb Williams might be the first back-to-back Heisman winner. This was Shadour's chance, and I think he put up good numbers. A lot of people say they were garbage numbers, like towards the end when the kind of was just like them trying to come back. But he still had a really nice game. He played a decent game, and I think also just not winning the game kind of makes it hard for people to put him above the guy who just won it last year and who. Apparently, I also looked at his stats during the game. They said he's already thrown 18 touchdowns without an interception. He threw his first interception that day. And so now he's like at 20, and that was in the middle of the game. And now he's like at 20 plus touchdowns with one interception. And I'm like, that's a stat that, come on now. It don't matter who you playing. 20 interceptions to one? That's some dudes. That's something NFL quarterbacks can't even do after a few games. So I get it. Granted, it's college. There's more high scoring going on, but that's really impressive. And if he's on track to, let's just say, what are we, 4 or 5 games in, and there's 12, so we're like almost halfway through the season. If he finishes the season with, let's just say, 40, 50 touchdowns and maybe less than 5 interceptions, no question. So I think the man might have just won the Heisman already, just be based off of the way he started this season alone with 18 touchdowns before an interception. But, yeah, we'll have to see about it. Do y'all have any other people that y'all might think could win the Heisman this year?
To be honest with you, bro, for me, it's between Shedeur and Bros from USC. I ain't gonna hold to you. There's a lot of good talent that's around that's doing a lot of great things at Travis Hunter, but truthfully, it's Bros Heisman to lose, and Shedeur see if he can really put something together with this season. Now it's stacked up against him, but truthfully, ain't nobody even talking nothing. You know what I'm saying? At least to me, or things that I've kind of been hearing and paying attention to. But I'm gonna tap more into it, especially with college football in terms of especially star players. I see the talent, but getting to know the names off the tip after not being tapped in with college football at so long, been a little whoa. So for me, that's just my answer. But I would listen to y'all when it comes to college football. I would defer to y'all information on that.
Yeah. If you want some people to look out for, you could look at Marvin Harrison Jr. You know, his son is, the junior is the son. Oh. His son's at Ohio State. He's balling. He dealt with an injury last game, so we don't know if he's going to still be playing every week or something. I think he's still possibly going to be a front runner. Who else is there? There's really not that many other people. That's the thing, too. They were talking about Bo Nix at Oregon. Trying to think if there's any SEC quarterbacks in the running. I can't really think of any. It's really, like you said, it might just be Caleb Williams to lose. I think he's got it because he also has good weapons. He's got Jerry Rice's son, too. He's throwing to a really great receiver. And, they possibly could both go in the first 10 picks, maybe. Well, Harrison first. Harrison's going to be the number one receiver coming out, and then I think it'll be Rice Jr. Or I forgot his first name. I don't think it's Jerry Rice Jr., but it's something. I think it's Glendon or something. But yeah, those 3 guys could possibly. And there's a running back out here. I can't think of their name either right now, but it's really hard because it's really just up to Caleb and Shedeur. And then with him having the head-to-head win, it kind of stops the conversation now because going into this game, it was going to be those 2. And now that one of them got the win on the other, okay, who else is going to be the next person we talk about? Unless Shedeur plays astronomically great up until then, to the point where we don't look at the head-to-head. But a lot of times when it comes to Heisman candidates, if any of the candidates have played each other, whoever won that game is most likely going to jump them. I've never seen it where it doesn't happen like that. So
that's big facts. And that's why it's just stacked up against Shedeur to be able to get that. But if anyone could possibly do it off of the namesake of who coming from and the situation such with Colorado, it could breed that, but it's less if you truly believe that. I do, but if you don't, you know what I'm saying? That's the devil's advocate on the other side. Just like you said, like, especially with social media, like, you really don't just look at the two. And if it'll be something different, everyone say, "Oh, this guy, that guy," like you said, Marvin Harrison Jr. But typically, especially with any major award, it's a quarterback award. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you look at Devontae Smith. He did it, and I get it. Granted, that was a COVID year, so it was kind of a little bit wonky. Everything was kind of different that year. The SEC was the only teams that really played a full schedule. Like the Big Ten, they only played 5 or 6 games. So it's like, of course, it was going to be an SEC player, and the best player in the SEC was a receiver. So that makes sense. I think we also got to be on the lookout. University of Washington's quarterback, Michael Penix Jr., that brother's balling out there too, and he has a head-to-head against USC, and I think that could determine things too. And there was one more quarterback. I think they said Penn State's quarterback might be doing something if they continue this run. If he is able to beat Ohio State or Michigan this season, we'll see. But, and then moving into the next game real quick, Georgia and Auburn. Brock Bowers, that tight end, boy, he is something else. He saved they bacon because Auburn was looking to upset Georgia. Cooley, did you get a chance to watch your Bulldogs this weekend?
Yeah, I got to see my boy Bower Barkers go off against the Auburn Tigers. The Tigers good this year. I like the Tigers. So the fact that it was a close game wasn't shocking, but it was a good test. And like you said, our tight end for Georgia, number 19, Brock Bowers, balled out. So, yeah, I mean, week to week in the SEC, it's like you in that swamp, you in that jungle. You never know when a tiger might come out and try to bite you. So we was able to take that run that they gave us and still come out with the victory with a late touchdown from Brock Bowers. I take it. I take it in the SEC week to week. I take it.
Yeah, they look good. These are the wins that because that quarterback, this is first year really starting, so it's like this is going to really determine. So we'll see.
Moment build upon, so like you said.
Yep. So we'll see about it. With you guys being already ranked number 1, you guys are good. It's like you don't really have to. You just got to hold that spot down and have a good enough win.
Just holding that number 1.
Make it to the playoffs. You guys make it to the playoffs, y'all should be good. That's all it is. Kansas and Texas, a lot of people, Kansas was ranked before this, so they thought they could do that, but it is what it is. Texas has a quarterback, Ewers. He's playing nice, and some good receivers over there. He's a lot of people were thinking Archie Manning or Peyton Manning or whatever. The Manning's son was going to take the spot, but the man said, no, y'all not going to take my job from me. I've been here for years. I've been building this program with this coach. So, Pat, let's get into it. Nebraska, y'all whooped them up, sent them home, all that. I'm still not convinced that Michigan can do anything in the playoffs, but talk to me. How you feeling about now Harbaugh's back from his suspension? You guys are getting in a better rhythm. How you feel about the team?
I ain't get to watch the game because I was doing the homecoming stuff. But, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, we got the same team from last year, bro. So I feel like, honestly, we going to do pretty much some of the same things, if not go a little bit step further. As long as the guys stay healthy and, they lock in and stay committed. I think talent-wise, I think we can match up with any of the talents that's out there, honestly, especially this year. You know what I mean? Just the way that things are looking. It's looking like a Pac-12 or, like a different, it's not going to be the SEC who's going to be just dominating the bowl other than Georgia. You know what I mean? Like Georgia's probably going to still be in the mix. Auburn, maybe, but
maybe we'll have to see. I think
they're
they
not
look
even
okay
ranked right now. So
so that's the thing because I think they already got 2 losses.
Hey Pat.
Listen to you.
Pat, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Who homecoming you was at?
I went to the Wood. I went to our high school, the homecoming. I would say Woodville Tompkins homecoming. My apologies for the stutter.
Bet.
Yeah, shout out to the class of 2016. We here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to give a quick shout out to Woodville Tompkins. Where basically our whole group was put together.
Yeah, without Woodville, there would be no Heavily Opinionated. The first Heavily Opinionated podcast came from the lunch table conversations and the after school debates and the way hanging out on the weekends, all those things. Heavily Opinionated, that's where it all started, So, yeah, got to shout them out. Other than that, there wasn't really any too crazy games in college football. LSU and Mississippi was a good game. It was down to the wire.
The Duke and Notre Dame.
That game, I didn't really watch it because I was like, there's no way. Because, last week Notre Dame lost to Ohio State. What did they have, like 10 men on the field on the goal line play and allowed them to score? So it was like, okay. But so they were still in competition in that game for the whole time. They could have went anyone's way. It's just a matter of bad coaching, honestly, and just unpreparedness. And, Ohio State's coach, he has playoff experience. He's been in these situations. Notre Dame's coach, I like the brother, Marcus Freeman. He's doing his thing. But, it's only year 2 or 3, so he's still getting the program together. And I think this might have been his first head coaching job because I think he rose up in the ranks. And I think that's why a lot of Notre Dame players and fans back him because he wasn't just some guy they hired. It was a guy who's played with the program, coached with the program at a lower level and just kind of worked his way to the top. So that brother's doing his thing over there. But I knew they was going to beat Duke. I know it was at Duke. They had game day. So all that energy kind of, might have made the game a little bit closer than usual. But on a regular Saturday, Notre Dame would have probably put 30, 40 on Duke. But, can't count Duke out. They still going to do their thing. That was pretty much it for this past week. The couple games to watch out next week, of course, we got that big one right there, Oklahoma and Texas. That's always a good one. Maryland's 4-0. I don't say they'll beat Ohio State, but it's a possible upset. Texas A&M, they're not the best this year, but, when they play Alabama, sometimes they can ball out. Kentucky and Georgia, they beat us, but I don't think they can beat Georgia. Louisville, Notre Dame. That might be good, too, seeing some more USC. But, other than that, that's pretty much all in college football. I also want to shout out some HBCUs. Shout out to FAMU. They doing their thing. I'm telling y'all, they're coming out the SWAC this year. At first, I had Morgan State coming out the MEAC, playing FAMU for the HBCU championship. But I'm not going to lie to you, Morgan State, they're starting to fall off a little bit. I don't know if it's because they're not playing non-MEAC schools because they played Yale this week. They've been playing Akron University. They're playing schools that are not in the MEAC, which is kind of like not helping their record. Like now you're 1-3. And I think your one win is a MEAC game. So maybe that can still get you into the championship. But overall, as a team, it just doesn't look good. So I think North Carolina Central might be the reigning MEAC champs as they were last year, eventually winning the HBCU championship last year. So I think North Carolina Central might take the MEAC this year. And like I said, FAMU, I really rock with Alabama A&M. They had a very good win over my father's alma mater, Tuskegee. He was very upset about that. I think they put like 50 on them. But, it was their homecoming. They showed out. So, yeah, they put it on them. But Tuskegee's a D2. They're great. They have one of the most wins of all. Like, if you look at it, they have, like, some of the highest win percentage in D2 history. But whenever they play Division I HBCUs, it's not going to be the same. So they're when you're in Alabama, a lot of these teams will still play one another. But shout out to Alabama and A&M. I think they're the only team in the SWAC that could possibly beat FAMU. Maybe Southern, but actually, no, I think FAMU already beat Southern. So I see FAMU taking it. They just got a more complete team.
What's going on with Grambling?
Grambling? I think they're solid. I think they're in that middle. Definitely next week, I'm going to put some more HBCU teams on the screen right here. I just don't have them pulled up right now. I'll pull up the conferences, the MEAC, the SWAC. Yeah, gotta give them their credit. But I'll pull it up next week. Actually, I can see if I can pull it up right now real quickly. Yes, sir.
And shout out to the SWAC, man. Shout out to all the HBCUs, whether you're going to a HBCU or whether you're going to a STEAM university. It's at the end of the day, get that degree. Don't play yourself.
And that's facts.
Big facts on that, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
All right, there we go. There was the MEAC right here. Like I said, Central was able to beat Campbell. Southern U was doing pretty solid. Let's see who else we got. Who else played? Alabama State lost. Oh, see, these are all FCS. They're not giving me just specifically the MEAC. But yeah, like I said, next week I'll probably. Oh, this was a good game right here. Carolina A&T and Norfolk State, really good game. Went down to the wire. I liked it. Let me see if I can look up the SWAC.
Hey, shout out to the 7-5-7, man.
Okay, Grambling got a dub against Prairie View, another conference game as well. Florida A&M, like I said, they beat up Mississippi Valley State, Jerry Rice's alma mater. And then, like I said, Alabama A&M put the 50-piece on Tuskegee. So Texas Southern looked pretty good, 52 against Lincoln. Yeah, we saw that one. So, yeah, so far, let's see. Let me see if I can look at the standings. Let's see. Southwestern Athletic. Yeah, so far in the SWAC. Okay, it looked like in the SWAC, it's going to be Grambling against FAMU so far. If the season ended today, they'd be fighting for the SWAC to play in the championship. But they're playing really good. I thought Bethune would be a little bit better this year. And Alabama A&M, like I said, they're doing pretty good. Jackson State solid, right in that middle. So it looked like maybe these two might be fighting for that last spot. And then let's check the MEAC real quick, and then we can move on to some NFL. Where's MEAC? Oh, there it is, Mid-Eastern Atlantic. Yeah, like I said, Central just running away with it. I think the only teams that could possibly – see, they haven't even really started conference play, so that's a huge thing too. I think once they start conference play, now we'll see who's going to get the MEAC this year. But I think Central's got it. I think they're going to run it back. I've watched Howard, and they struggled against Hampton. It's like they haven't beat Hampton in years, so they still just haven't really looked good enough for me yet. Norfolk State, they're okay, but they struggled against NCAT. But I think Central's got it, and like I said, it'll be Central against FAMU for the championship. I would love, and if you guys, if you didn't know about the HBCU championship, it's every year in Atlanta, and I think this year too they're doing a band championship. It's basically Battle of the Bands, but just a different title. So I think it's like December 15th or 16th. I would love to go one year. Just head down there, check out some HBCU football, and then check out the bands as well. But yeah, if you into the HBCU football, definitely go check that out.
And just like that.
Yes, sir. All right.
Hey, hold up. Before you go, your boy Platinum Pat may be in attendance. So
you might as well. Bro, HBCU, bro. I really want to go to that one year. And it might be this year. I might look into it.
I'm more intrigued by the band. Like, I'm more intrigued by the band. Like, I went to a PWI. You know what I'm saying? I went to Kennesaw State. And that being said, I never really got much of – and, growing up, like, just where I grew up and moved, I never really got much of the experience of seeing an HBCU band and seeing stuff of that nature or seeing a real band. Like, I was a part of chorus when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, type shit. We played violins and things of that nature. So it would just be nice to see the bands. Like, it would just be nice to just see that performance along with the game. Of course, I'm going to go for the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
we sitting here talking about it.
It's the band, though.
But it's the bands. Like,
it's a different experience. I'll tell you, for those of you that don't know and that listening to the podcast, my father coached HBCU football growing up. So we stayed on campus for a short amount of time. So I was always at the practices. And when they were practicing on one field, on the other field, the band was practicing. So I always got to hear the band practicing. I'm on the sidelines during the games, and I could just hear the band. And, like, to this day, I, can hum something that I remember them playing. So it's like, it's very like, it's hard to describe it. You got to experience for yourself. I can't even find the adjectives to describe what it's like listening to those bands. It's amazing, bro.
As a kid of, like, my sister literally being in the band her whole entire high school career and, like, well, not career, but whole high school life. And me, like, growing up, like, we're 6 years apart. So, like, my sister was in the band, the clarinet, and she was a drum major of a high school band. So it was like, that's all I grew up was marching band and being actually one of the band boys. Like, I'm there, all I'm doing is carrying the dance line. I'm carrying all the girls' stuff. Like, I'm around the dance line the whole entire time. So that's where my love for women come from. But being around the music all the time.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Like, that's how I got used to it. And then my sister joined Savannah State Band. So, like, all I know is marching bands. Like, I grew up around marching bands all day. So we used to go to battle bands
Oh my gosh, it's an amazing experience.
I've been going to a battle bands for so many years, but
the best experience is going to a HBCU game and the away team brings their band. I remember the school my dad coached at was Livingstone, and Livingstone is like the 30 minutes north of Charlotte, Salisbury. And there's a bunch of other HBCUs. You got Johnson C. Smith in Charlotte, their rival. You got Winston-Salem State, Central, A&T, Shaw, Fayetteville, so many different HBCUs in North Carolina. So a lot of those teams, they were like, bro, we bring in our band. And when my dad had an away game, if it was a rivalry, he's like, Livingstone, bring the band. We bring in the band because that can like make or break your game right there. Having your band there to support you. And it's just an amazing experience listening to them. Like I said, I go back sometimes, just go on YouTube to look at teams like in their bands. And I'm like, Bethune got a really nice band. And and the thing about Battle of the Bands is it's never, if I sit there and ask a bunch of HBCU alumni and alumnus and say, who has the best band? Everybody gonna have a different answer. There's no one band. Everybody, even if they don't even go to that school, they're just gonna have a different answer.
I'm gonna say one thing though. There is one band where they'll be like, man, they always in that conversation. And it's
whose is it?
The Human Jukebox, Southern University.
Okay. Yeah, Southern.
Because everybody, because growing up with around the marching band stuff, that's all you hear about. Like kids that actually do the marching band, they want to make it to the Human Jukebox. Because it's such a big thing. Because even now to this day, I go on YouTube and I just look at just the marching band, just to perform only. And I can literally sit here and I don't even watch the game. I'm there for the marching band. Because that's how fully invested I was in the marching band. So
that's one thing I wish ESPN would do, because they have HBCU games on every week. They've been doing it for like the first time I ever saw an HBCU game on TV. It was when Tariq Cohen, the running back from Chicago, was playing at North Carolina A&T. And they had the HBCU championship on that year. It was like 2017. And then that's when, like, after that, they started doing like a few regular season games if you had ESPN Plus. And they were skipping the halftime. And I'm like, you got to perform this. And then this year, I'm starting to see them also put the halftime performance on. Or if they have the means to. It's like they were doing it with the HBCU championship game, but not the regular season games.
I'd say if you do an HBCU, like, if you're doing HBCU viewing, and even if you just go to the game, you cannot go to the because usually any other game you could just go to the concession stand at halftime.
Oh no, you better not do that.
Bro, you gotta get your concessions before the end of second quarter.
They will look at you crazy. They will look at you. I remember as a kid, because there were certain games my dad, I would be on the sidelines, but then certain games I'd be in the stands with my mom and sister. I remember going to get some fries at halftime. There was no line. There was no line because everyone's ready to watch the band real quick. So
you have to, because it's two things. Well, three things really. You want to see the band enter when they enter in the building. You want to see them at halftime, and you have to watch them leave. That's like the three key things. Because they gonna give you performance that when they coming in to let you know they there. You're gonna get you a good halftime show. And then you're gonna get a good exit. Just them getting on the bus is lit. But
the best part is when the bands go back and forth during the game. I remember there was one game I was on the sideline. The bands were going back and forth, and they were like, "Oh, we gonna play this song. We gonna play the same song and do it better." And they was doing that, and they kept doing that for like 5 minutes. The ref literally said, "Yo, y'all can't play like you when the play clock hits a certain time, the band's got to stop." And that's something that like a lot of PWI schools don't do that. So when you go to HBCU, the refs were like, "What are you doing? Why are you still playing music?" They was like, "Because this is what you came here for." He was like, "No, legally you're supposed to stop playing." And they was like, "Oh, all right." But I was like, "That's just how it is." So
I'm about to say, I just saw it like some commentator or whatever, like the PA guys like, "The band, you must stop. You must stop playing at this time."
Mm-hmm.
They was like, "Stop playing," but they got louder. I was like, "Yo, that's a normal game, a normal HBCU game. If you have an actual good band, they don't stop playing. They play the whole entire game. The only time when they break is like when they're like when it's coming to the end of a song or something like that. Their break is walking to the field for halftime. Yeah. That's their break. That's when they stop playing. Like 7 minutes left in the second quarter, they start making their way to just kind of line up. They're not playing.
because they're all just kind of walking.
I'm about to say,
once that halftime start,
only people that's still playing is the drums. Usually,
yeah, I'm about to say maybe they'll do the drums. You know, so yeah. But other than that, like they not do the women are doing the dances, majorettes. They're not doing anything. They just kind of.
I might pull up to the. I might pull up to.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think Heavily Opinionated needs to do that. We need to have the HBCU weekend there. You know, we got to pull up to the Battle of the Bands, and maybe if we go to the game, cool. If not, you know, if not this year, definitely next year. Exactly. But I think it's the same thing.
Already know y'all welcome. Pull up.
Yeah.
A great opportunity for y'all to like really showcase like how big the marching band culture is in HBCUs. Like it's a whole.
It's like the heart and soul.
Yeah, it is.
That's what you go there for, and you like when you there, it's like everybody around you like they know what to expect, the expectation, the showcase of like excellence. Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely. Go ahead, Rose.
Grandma's there.
I realized I had myself muted.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna tell him. I want him to figure it out. Go ahead, cook.
But I did marching band in middle school at Oglethorpe, and it was really dope. Really dope experience. And when I got to college and got to see what the experience was like, I had an opportunity, but because I ain't playing so long, I didn't jump at that. And that's one thing I wish I could have done because I went to VSU, like I already knew about that life, but getting to see some of the games and actually, like you said in the intro, the halftime performance, the exits, like. It's a Showtime performance, like real live.
Yeah.
And especially if you got an opportunity to go do something like that, it's not an end of the road. Like, where do you go through with the music? Like, you can do it, bro. Like,
oh yeah. The HBCU band, that ain't nothing to play with. It ain't no like, oh, I play. Yeah, no.
That's an experience.
You're not in the sport. If you're not,
you said what, Frank?
So I'm not from.
If you're not in the sport, it's a good time. Bring your family. Pull up, vibe out, catch a good show. Like,
facts. We definitely. Next episode, we definitely gonna have some more information about it and talk more because this is
HBCU football game is basically like a cookout, a family cookout.
Oh yeah, right. It's all about tailgating. If they can't tailgate before the game, hell is going to break loose. I remember when my dad worked at Savannah State, there was a situation where they were working on the new stadium, and they was like, "Where are we gonna tailgate at though?" That was the main problem. Like, where we go tailgate? So that's how it is sometimes. So yeah, and then the first school my dad worked at, EWC in Jacksonville, Edward Waters College. I remember they were playing at a high school back in the early 2000s, but they were still tailgating in the high school parking lot. I was like, God dang, they still gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And food smelled so good. I can remember the smell to this day, man. It always smelled so good. And yeah, it's just an experience that we definitely should get into. You know, shout out. I'm repping his fake one, Hillman. If you don't know about A Different World, that show from back in the day, I'm repping that one. I had to get that hoodie, but I'm always gonna rep a HBC whenever I get a chance. Yeah, I ain't one of the Cosbys. I ain't go to hell, man. So I'm always gonna rep them, whether it's a pretend HBC or not. It was one of my favorite shows growing up because it was cool to see. I can't name any other shows growing up that showed the HBCU at all. So it was a cool show.
And wanted to push that. So
they're starting to do it now with All American, and I know there's another one, and you know they're starting to do some shows like that now. But
at that time,
yeah, definitely the 80s they weren't showing HBCUs like that. There's a lot of people that say they went to HBCUs because of being able to see him, and especially people that didn't live in the South, because we all came from the South. So and we all Savannah State was the school that most of our teachers and principals growing up in Savannah went to. So we knew the HBCU experience, but kids up here in Detroit, where I live right now, kids in New York, kids out west on the West Coast, they don't know. They might know Morehouse, Spelman, Howard, maybe Southern. They don't really know the other ones like like I said, all the ones in North Carolina, the Fayetteville States, the Shaws, the Benedict in Columbia, Edward Waters, Bethune-Cookman down in Florida, FAMU. They don't really know those. Jackson State, they don't know them. Grambling, they don't know them like that unless you're really in the South.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we just got to keep on, pumping them out there, most definitely. But, yeah, we're going to definitely move into some NFL.
Whether you go to Penn State, whether you go to Jackson State, man, get your degree, see it through.
That's true. That's true, too, because right now I'm not attending a HBCU right now, but I definitely will for my master's, whether it be Morgan State, Norfolk State, Alabama A&M. I'm juggling one of those. But right now, unfortunately in Detroit, there's no HBCU. So I got to get my education where I can. So that's another thing too. Even if you don't have an HBCU, don't let that discourage you, because you can always either go for your master's or you could just still support them. There's a lot of people that support HBCUs but never went to one, didn't get the opportunity to go to one, so sometimes it's unfortunate, but, you got to support, however you can. But definitely, like you said, get your degree wherever you can. I'm a huge advocate for that. So, yeah. Anybody got anything else to say about it? Or we good?
Getting it. Don't go blowing that trying to get it.
We all in agreement.
That's facts. Big facts. All right, let's move into the NFL. We are recording on a Monday night, so we got a chance to watch the Sunday night game. And I know that's not the first game that happened last night, but it's the craziest one, because to me, I'm sitting there like, Rose, what happened to your team? I thought y'all was going to blow them boys out. What happened, man? What happened with the Chiefs last night?
Blow a team out, you got to have some defense. So,
I'm actually, I got something for you on that, because defensively, if you look at us this year, we've been pretty damn good. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. We only got 2 sacks against Zach Wilson, and it's a little bit alarming, the fact that he had such a good day. You know what I mean? He had two TDs, about 285. You know what I'm saying? 28 completions. This is a little too much for me. Really going into this, I didn't really expect it. I didn't expect it to be a blowout. And honestly, being real with you, Franco, if Patrick Mahomes scored on that TD instead of sliding out at the 1, we up 30. So, you know what I'm saying? We just, that's just a little grace thing, so we don't need the points.
That don't matter. That don't matter. We would say that was a last second touchdown. We would say that's a last second touchdown.
We don't need to be like Dallas and these other teams to blow out squads.
I'd rather him did that for my fantasy.
We already know. And going into it, look at the matchup. The Jets defense, pretty damn good. It's just the fact that quarterback play.
Bro, you're tripping.
This is the first time the Jets say, you know what, Zach Wilson? We know you trash. We know the world is against you. We all know we think we know what you are. Go out there and just let loose. And that's what they did. And that was one thing where it's like, where especially look at going to the season, they've been trying to establish the run. And when they actually stick with it, it works. And they mess up by saying, oh, nah, Bill is out. But, oh, nah, go do this. Go be our quarterback that we picked. You know what I'm saying? We picked as a second-round pick. Not second round, number 2 pick. My bad. But the thing is, when you don't set a man up and then you trash the man, go get the man replacement. The man replacement get hurt. Now you throw him back in the wildfire and say, we don't want Cap. We don't want Carson Wentz, who actually makes sense. We don't want Matt Ryan, because the offensive line is trash. He went back there and he had himself a great day, as Mahomes said at the end of his interview. But, like, the thing is, where it's alarming for me, that right tackle, man, I believe his last name is Taylor, bro. I don't know if he's a rookie or something, bro, but, like, he's about on pace to break a whole NFL record in a bad way. We 4 games in. How you have 10 holding calls already? How the hell do you have 10 holding calls already to yourself?
No, he's not a rookie. Y'all have had him for a minute. He a Florida Gator. Y'all have had him for a good solid minute, too.
Bro, even the one that the referees missed, bro. We blessed they kind of didn't call that. Low key, because there was a whole nother thing going down the field. High key.
That was the entire game. Go ahead, Pat.
That was the entire game was the referee's horrible.
Yes, it was. Kill it.
And there's not no way where you're like, oh, the Chiefs got cheated out. Oh, they got the cheated win. No, because there was definitely some calls that gave the Jets points. Why they scored in the second quarter, 12 or 17 points? That's why they came back off of it was just randoms. It wasn't off of offensive at the time. It was strictly.
Okay. I'll give you that. And my thing is with the Chiefs. My thing is with the Chiefs, though. My thing with the Chiefs is that's okay if you give me questionable calls in the middle of the game. It's that the Chiefs are starting to get questionable calls towards the end, and it's always the same play. And I'm a salty Eagles fan. Hold up, I'm a salty Eagles fan, and it's a hold, but it's like. No, come on, bro. It's the fact that you call it. No. It's not the fact of whether or not it's a hold. It's the fact that you want to call that it's a hold after you see that he can't get the ball no more. That's the problem. Right. It's because you saw that it's a hold and you held your flag. So that means, you're going to let them play. But then when you like, oh, he didn't make the catch. Oh, that was a hold. Like, no, call a spade when it's still a spade. Don't call a spade after the fact. That's the thing. That's what makes it look bad because yes, that was a hold and you should have called it, but call it when it's appropriate, not when it's like beneficial towards the other team. During when the play is happening. That's what makes it look bad. Don't call it late. Stop. And that's what it was late. Like, I won't sit here and say Bradbury didn't hold him, but you didn't call the flag until you saw that the ball was going to be overthrown. And it's like, see, now that's like, I get what your logic is because now you're like, oh, I'm going to call the hold because he couldn't get to that because of the hold. But no, if you're going to call the hold, call it a hold regardless, because I've seen plethora of times where a ref will call a holding play and the ball doesn't even go to that receiver at all, but he'll still call a holding play on the receiver on the other side of the field. So if that's the case for that, why can't you still do the same for all these other plays? You know, so other than that, it's giving Brady treatment.
No, I agree. But I agree, but I just think, can I ask this? How do we get to these calls and this and this? Because I think the real question here is how was this game so close? And Kenneth, you mentioned something earlier that to me it was alarming in its own. And you said that your defense is okay, but you said that Zach Wilson's offense is trash.
Yeah,
Our offensive line is trash.
Yeah, if Tim Tebow throw for a random 400 yard, they
why?
But 2 weeks ago,
okay. But 2 weeks ago, you told me that Chris Jones was arguably the reason and the heart of your defense, and this and that. It had to get done. It gets done. Was Chris Jones not there?
No, I don't think so, bro.
Because I mean, he couldn't have been. Because the way that it looked, like you said, Zach Wilson only getting sacked twice. Like, it just looked like, to me, like y'all defense just did not come to play. And
we didn't expect them to come out and give us that performance. Like, it's like you play the NFL, play it down to the competition. Because like it was Chiefs deep offense versus Jets defense.
Everybody
we didn't expect nothing from them offensively. So it was like if the Chiefs defenses give us an okay performance, they should win. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, really, when you look at how the game went, you could have kind of predicted it with that logic. When you look at how, I just don't like all the referee calling, bro. I'm like, bro, if this is the way that they're just gonna do it, like, I don't know.
Those were holding calls.
They used to just throw the flag and they don't see the whole play run through, like, oh, 50 yards back, there was a flag thrown. You know what I'm saying? But now it's just, I'm a hold.
But right, exactly.
Like, I'd rather you just throw it, like
about calls, man.
And then we just got instant replay to go and check and verify. Say, nah, bro, everything cool, bro. That was clean, you know, or nah, did something happen?
Straight up and down. That game shouldn't have been that close. Zach Wilson should not have put that much on the.
Yeah. That's the one alarm check for me.
If it wasn't for Pat Mahomes, y'all be 0-3.
And that man threw some picks too. That was very questionable.
He threw
three. No, he threw three. That last one didn't count because of the hole, but he threw three.
To step up, bro. Like this is the reception looking at the game right now. Travis had 6. Wasn't a receiver. Guess who it was? Isaiah Pacheco tied with 3 for Gray. Who is Gray? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know Tony. I know Valdez Scantling. I know Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Them boys gave us 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like if we know y'all not producing, we need someone else besides Travis Kelce because now defenses can lock in on him. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no one to open up the outside. So it's like, Mahomes is dangerous. Travis Kelce is dangerous, but now you could just hone in on the 2 rather than having a 3-headed dragon. You know what I'm saying? Chris Jones on the defense. Offensively, Isaiah Pacheco, hey, he looking nice. I don't care what nobody say. That's going to be the next beast mode. But, bro, I just don't like our receiver core right now. We don't let number 1.
That's the next beast mode.
Who?
Pacheco. He said that's the next beast mode. Pacheco.
Well, you crazy. They getting stop.
Hit one good time. Ain't gonna be no beast mode.
Nah, he's not beast mode because I don't think he's going to. Beast mode dominated his team's offense to a way where it was like he is their entire offense. Pacheco is not going to be their entire offense when you had the greatest tight end of all time,
He's more like a
arguably,
Darren
and one of the best court. I can see Darren Sproles. He gives a little bit of I can't even think of the guy's name, but it's definitely not Beast Mode. That's just me personally. I don't see it.
It's giving Darren Sproles.
Mm.
Like good out the backfield, could catch, could come off a screen, can run between schools, kind of elusive, you know.
I don't think he's as shifty as him though. I feel like he's a little bit more
shifty.
Huh?
Pacheco's pretty shifty.
Not as shifty as Darren Sproles. Darren Sproles was like a human joystick or whatever they used to call the comparison. So
I can't find another better, like a better, more appropriate comparison. But off the top of my head, that's what he put me in the mind of.
That's valid. It's valid though. Yeah. Other than that, man, dang, the Jets were so close, you know. And I don't think that fumble really caused it because I think if there was like maybe 4 minutes left in it was definitely more than 2 minutes left because y'all milked the clock after y'all got that first down from the penalty. Jax Wilson, and it was still a tie game too. Oh no, they was only down 3. Zach Wilson would have driven down and at least got them into field goal range, I believe. And that could have been an overtime game. I'm not saying he would have had a touchdown, but yeah, that too. They could have scored too early too. But I think that game could have went to overtime. I think the Jets would have found a way to milk the clock, get a field goal, and possibly leave Mahomes with only a few. But I don't know. I just felt like I just hate to see games ended by a penalty. I just hate to see.
We've seen with Kansas City, 13 seconds is too much time, baby.
Yeah, but that was okay. Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's get into Thursday. Thursday's game live. That's true. You get 13 seconds with one of the best receivers in the game. Not one of the best receiver in the game. That is true. I don't think he does that 13 seconds without him because I don't think he did any of them last year and he hasn't done any this year. I'm not saying he can't
team fast enough.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they aren't clutch anymore. He doesn't have that clutch factor, but those quick drives aren't happening as quick anymore now with Kansas City. So, Lions and the Packers. It was a solid game on Thursday night game. Jordan Love, huh?
I said that was a great game.
It was. They did their thing.
I think we need to talk more about Detroit, man. They real deal, man. I feel like that coach,
Campbell.
Really, he real like
that boy Dan Campbell.
Yeah, he putting on for the city, man. He's doing his thing.
Boys playing.
Jordan Love, he still got things to work on. That's all I saw from him out of that game. He still got some things to work on. And I think the team in general too got some things to work out. Yeah, definitely.
He still go out of Aaron Rodgers' shadow.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to do. I feel like, that's a great question. Which is harder? Was it harder for Aaron to get out of Favre's shadow, or is it harder for Jordan Love to get out of Aaron's shadow?
Jordan Love to get out of Aaron. The thing about it is with Favre is Favre went out dying damn near on the fucking field. So it's like we got to see him at his worst. Like we got to see him at a point where it was like he can't do as well as he was. Jordan Love, we never got to see Aaron Rodgers do his, like, you know what I mean? Like with Zach Wilson, it's almost like shit, all right, Zach. Well, no pressure on you because we never got to see this nigga do nothing. Versus, if Aaron Rodgers came in,
but Aaron Rodgers comes like NFL Wolverine.
Right,
yeah.
Right. So it's like, but if Aaron Rodgers comes in and wins 5 games throughout the season, they going 5-0, and then he tears his Achilles, it'd be way hard. Like it'd be a lot more pressure on Zach Wilson versus the second play is like shit. We never really got to see him, so it's still your team,
That's true. So yeah, I think that it is. I agree with as well. It's harder for Aaron because it's like Aaron gave, even though, they both gave you 1 Super Bowl. Either way, it's still Aaron just had more of a different type of career, and it's the pressure of 2 people too as well. You got to deal with the whole history of Favre and said things. So, all right, Frank, your team out in Atlanta. I mean, not out in Atlanta. Out in London, got sent back home.
I might
looking retarded.
In London, yeah, London.
Bro, you want to break that down for us?
Sorry. Hey, you gonna have to cut that. You gonna have to cut that.
Why? What happened?
I said retarded
Wow, we good. I said that last week, and we ain't for like.
Well, for the people that he's gonna be an asshole and keep it in.
No, because I said it and I was like,
"Hey, look! Let me go ahead and do my social media."
No, you good. How did you use it? Go fall for it. Oh, you fell for it.
Hey, look, Mel is setting me up, y'all. Mel is setting me up, y'all. I'm sorry.
We'll be your own people.
I told y'all I'm working.
All right.
Keep going.
I told y'all I'm working.
He fell for it too. I said, "Don't fall for it." How did you use it?
Oh, I hope.
That means I said.
Oh, I knew it. It was a trap.
Oh gosh.
I'm working, y'all.
Get into it, Cooley. How you feel about your Falcons in that game out there early in the morning?
Our quarterback is incompetent.
Would you say that he?
No, hold on. You asked me a question. I'm answering the question. He's incompetent based upon being a pro quarterback, like a thrower of the ball. So he stares down receivers. He put receivers in danger and jeopardizing positions where his ball placement is. It's wide receivers running wide open. He's overthrowing them, and they're all at least 6'4". From Kyle Pitts to Mac Hollins to Drake London, they're all at least 6'4", if not to like 6 foot, 6'7", tight ends and receivers, and you're overthrowing them. So until we see something from that leadership position, that quarterback position, we're gonna keep seeing games like this. Our defense is top 10 defense. Our defense is keeping us in the game. We should have got blown out by 30 or 40 points, but our defense kept us in the game. So, and we have a running game. It's just we have all the pieces. It's just we need somebody at the helm that can actually like not just be a game manager, but those skill position players. They need a quarterback that could bring the best out of them, put them in the position to where they could flourish. So, and the player isn't competent either.
So he's incompetent. Would you say that he's
regurgitated through a system that allows people to get through that aren't able to do the things that we would like them to do? He's remedial.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not even progressing. Every week he's getting worse. So this is really
but
it's year two though. It's year two.
No,
it is true.
He is not.
You see, I think I said
CJ Stroud.
Ooh, we gonna get into him. We gonna get into CJ. Pause.
CJ looks amazing.
Boy, I'm telling the Michigan fan base on you.
Joe Bengals looks amazing.
He doesn't have fundamentals. CJ Stroud
Bengals, Joe Burrow
with fundamentals as a passer.
You sure?
We gonna get into the Burrows.
Don't act like
he got more fundamentals.
Don't act like this one season is his career, bro. Don't act like
that's true. That's true.
No, don't act like I didn't tell you before the season started when he was hurt that this was gonna be a bad year for the Bengals.
Bro, okay, he hurt. Okay, then, so he's hurt. So don't act like he's not.
He's not saying. Okay, Kenna. He's not saying Joe Burrow is amazing right now. He's saying Joe Burrow overall is amazing. Of course, right now
he's an amazing quarterback.
You're going off the right now.
Like Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback. The Jaguars weren't shit until barely now.
That's like me saying Patrick Mahomes isn't great because of the interceptions he's been throwing this past 2 weeks.
You can't say that Mahomes not great because he's undisputed number one.
But Joe Burrow was undisputed for possibly top 5. So it's like we still put Joe Burrow. We can't.
Of course. How is Pat Mahomes undisputed?
He is undisputed. Definitely undisputed number one.
How?
He's got the most rings out of any active quarterback right now.
Okay,
MVPs,
but I would argue
MVPs as well.
I would argue that he's definitely got the best system and best team than most teams that he's been facing. And that's how we got to judge it off of too. How unfortunately that's just the way it is because that's how football is. It's not unfortunate.
Yeah. Because that's all we can do with football.
Do we say that Tom Brady or was it Tom Brady's system that made Tom Brady great?
I was just about to do the top. But if we want to do it, the best way to have that conversation, the best way to have that conversation is to say, who is the best at their job as a quarterback? And that's it. We can't talk about wins. We can't talk about wins. We can't talk about Super Bowls. We can't talk about MVPs. It's hard to do that because basketball, you can kind of do it a little bit easier. You know, it's kind of easier to do it with basketball, but with football, absolutely, everybody has one job and that's it. So it's like if I'm doing basketball, I can be like, I'm gonna talk about LeBron's offense and his defense. With Tom Brady, you can only talk about him throwing the football. Like that's it. You can talk about one thing and that's it. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to do that.
So each player, it's important for them to do their job and amplify it a lot more. But see, because I've always said, in my opinion, Aaron Rodgers, when we're talking about best quarterback in the league, Aaron Rodgers. Now, the GOAT for the game is Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about when we grew up. But from what I was watching, Aaron Rodgers was a better quarterback than Tom Brady, but he didn't have the same system that Tom Brady had or the same players or the same team. He just didn't have that level of a team. I think you put Aaron Rodgers over there. The only reason they don't do it is not because of talent. It's because of attitude. And that goes to what makes Tom Brady a great or makes him a GOAT 100%. But as for quarterback, we're just talking quarterback. We're just talking the position. You know what I mean? We're just talking the piece. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers, to me, was always a better piece. And so when we talk about Pat Mahomes, it's like, all right, Pat Mahomes, cool, bro. But honestly, I be feeling like he make a lot of bonehead decisions, and his teammates be making up for him. Now, he's a great – I done seen the nigga do some crazy shit. I'd be like, how the fuck – I'd never forget watching when he was going against Tom Brady, and they lost because he ran out of time. I would never – I said, that boy right there is going to be
time. We didn't get a chance with the ball. We didn't get a chance with the ball. OT rules.
Yeah.
But, so I said that boy gonna be he gonna be up next, but I don't think that he's the best quarterback in the game right now.
That we'll have to see.
Argument for anyone, the only person I would accept is Tua. That's the only person I would accept. Tua healthy.
Disrespectful bastard.
That's the only other
disrespectful. Boy, I should slap you. I should slap you across this camera.
I want to know.
I should slap you.
I want to know how he disrespecting you.
I should, bro, I should.
Jalen Hurts is even in this conversation.
Let's slap you with this Eagle slide across the camera. If you don't put no respect on Jalen Hurts' name.
I take Tua over Jalen Hurts for best quarterback.
Damn, bro, you bringing up college beef? You bringing up the college beef? You said Nick Saban.
Honestly, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, bro. I might have to go personally. I might have to go a healthy Joe or a healthy Herbert. Personally, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, bro.
Okay, hey, that's everyone's opinion is gonna be different on that. Rams and the Colts. My boy Anthony Richardson back. Finally had a full healthy game. He took them boys to overtime. They was down 23-0. Red Zone kept showing the game, and they were like, oh, they blowing out. Then they was like, oh, out of nowhere, Anthony Richardson then led them to 1 score, 2 scores, 3 scores. They was like, okay, took them to overtime. Just couldn't get that drive together in overtime. And that's just a lack of experience. At Florida, he never had an overtime game. Like I said, he only started 13 games in college. You know, that's very uncommon for a lot of college quarterbacks to only start. The man literally has only played 13 games in college. Like that's one full season plus a bowl game. So it's like that. Name the last quarterback that's really got drafted like that. Not a lot of them. A lot of them at least played 2 years. Trevor Lawrence played almost 4 years, or at least sat behind somebody for a few years. This man is only 20 years old.
How is he even eligible?
He's like 19 because he did have one. He had 1 year. The 13 games was 12 games last year and like a few games the year before. He started. He finished
3 years.
2, just 2. The man is only like 19, 20 years old. The man's fresh out of high school, and he went to high school in Gainesville. So he really has he went to college in his hometown. So it's like this is low key college for him. Like he just now leaving home. So like that's crazy to me when I see kids play college in their home city. It's like, bro, you're not even really you just in the home, you chilling still. But Yeah, overall, it was a good game, though. I'm really liking Richardson. Earlier, before C.J. Stroud this past week, a lot of people were saying Richardson has been looking the best. But then him being injured each of those games doesn't really help. It made it look like, oh, man, I don't know. But now, he's starting to come along. They also said this is the first rookie quarterback to have like 4 rushing touchdowns in their first 4 games. They pulled like crazy stats like that. But yeah, so far he's looking good as a runner, getting really good as a thrower. Man, his deep ball is amazing. Pause. So he's doing his thing. Ravens and the Browns, they didn't have Deshaun Watson, so I'm not surprised with that. Lamar's looking solid. He's typical Lamar game, 150 yards passing, 100 yards rushing. It's like, just splitting those numbers. Vikings and the Panthers, Bryce Young, still a rookie quarterback. Couldn't get it done against Kirk. Kirk was still going Kirk and kept him in the game. But after a while, Panthers inexperience just couldn't, keep up with the Vikings. Bengals and the Titans. I was surprised. I didn't see that coming. I thought the Bengals could get something, especially based off the win they had last week against who was it they beat Monday night? Oh, man, I can't remember who they beat. Oh, the Rams. They beat the Rams. They played the Rams last week, Monday night, and beat them. And then I'm like, okay, so maybe they're getting their momentum back. And it was a good game, too. And then they only could put up 3 against Tennessee. Like that was wild to me. I don't know.
Nah, that is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. And I was kind of surprised to even see, like, what to me was more alarming. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Well, you tell me what's more alarming. The fact that they only put up 3 against Tennessee, or the fact that they let Tennessee put up 27?
Okay, I would say only put up 3 because their defense isn't really something I'm like crazy over. Even though putting up Tennessee 27 is a little bit wild, but Tennessee is Derrick Henry. Every now and then, I think now Derrick Henry's at his career where he'll give you a few good games a season. Other than that, he's just going to be okay. But now he's getting to that point. Yeah, they have though. That is true. But they allowed. I feel like they let Derrick Henry loose this week. They let him loose and I saw him do the jump pass. I saw him wildcat stuff. They started to really just let him have his game this week. When they probably realized that the Bengals D-line wasn't going to be able to stop him. So, but I'm still just more surprised that the Bengals couldn't get a touchdown. Like, not one.
That is surprising.
Tennessee's defense, even though a few years ago, a lot of people
seem pretty upset.
Ooh.
We forget.
How do you feel about that, though?
Joe Burrow,
I'm always fucking open.
That's crazy to me. Like, I'm looking at it like, because I don't know, has he done a new contract or is he still on rookie deal? I'm assuming, but I don't know
if he's done a new deal.
I feel like he'll still stay because wide receivers, they can say stuff like this all the time. But to me,
so what receiver you asking about?
Jamar Chase. Is he still on rookie?
Yeah, I think he's still on rookie. They haven't paid Jamar yet.
Yeah, they just paid his boy though. Yeah,
boy gonna walk out and get paid by somebody next year. Come on, Kansas City. Come on, Kansas City, baby. Come on, Kansas City.
You crazy right now? He gonna go to.
If you still with Kansas City,
and if you with, he might go to.
Hey, Mahomes is here. I don't know about you. You got that.
So he gonna be there till Mahomes leave. That's basically what he's saying.
He on some Mace shit.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah. It's not my bad. He the main character in this whole story. Not my fault.
Oh gosh. All right, let's move into Buccaneers and the Saints. Baker Mayfield was getting it done. I thought Derek Carr, battle of the mediocre quarterbacks. I thought no, Carr played. He played the whole game last week.
Oh, he played?
Yeah, it was only an injury that took him out for the game. It wasn't like a missing games type.
Hey,
game,
what happened to Mike Evans?
He still played. Him and Lattimore had their little, they always got their beef every game, and they had him. They
got that nigga listed questionable.
Ooh, he probably had an injury or something, I guess. But I didn't see a lot happening from him. I know him and Lattimore got a little chippy as they usually do, and I think Lattimore might have had him on lock too.
Hopefully, them boys hit it out. Pause. And them boys
they gonna play each other one more time. Yeah. Let's see. Dolphins. Other than that game was kind of over when it started. Dolphins and the Bills, man. I knew they wasn't going to come out the gate swinging again after dropping 70 on the Broncos. But dang, you let the Bills drop 48 on you?
I ain't think they wasn't gonna come out the gate swinging. I ain't gonna lie. You don't put up 70 points, bro, and then come out flat. But I'm in practice thinking we Superman.
Wait. Before y'all crush the team,
you heard Robbie Anderson? That was gonna go for 100.
I'm just looking at quarterback versus quarterback. You gotta look at what the quarterback is faced up against. It's not Tua versus Josh Allen on the field, baby. It's Tua versus Josh Allen's defense. It's Josh Allen's defense versus Tua's defense.
Yeah. I didn't. Nobody said that.
I haven't even mentioned Josh Allen's name.
There's no Jalen Ramsey. The Dolphins.
Did we even say Josh Allen's name?
But they're not great. The Bills defense don't even have Von Miller yet, and they're playing lights out. So like, it was gonna be a tough matchup.
Hold on. Did you just say the Bills? Did you just say? I'm sorry. I gotta rehear you. No, did you just say that Miami's defense is not good? It's not good.
It's been good, but it hasn't been great. They're still missing pieces, bro.
Why hasn't it been?
Yes, they put up 70, but mind you, that was against Denver. That's absolute trash. You got to remember that.
What about the week before that? Because I from what I recall, hold on, we're gonna have to pull them stats up. We got to pull them stats up real quick. From what I recall, Miami's defense has been pretty solid and comfortable all year.
I could agree to that. They've been looking pretty solid.
Look at who have they played.
Mac Jones,
the Patriots 17, the Chargers, they put up 34.
They did play.
They put up 36, but that was the first game of the year.
We're gonna really count Mac Jones right now. I'm kind of mad at you for throwing Mac Jones' name into the conversation for that.
Mac Jones or Zach Wilson? Which one do you want?
Mac Jones is a professional quarterback.
So is Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's a professional quarterback too.
Hey, now hold up.
Oh, here go the Patriot representative. He's been quiet for the last 20 minutes. You ready?
I'm gonna just say this. Let me say this. Mac Jones, he ain't great. He ain't bad either. He right there in that middle, but it doesn't help when we don't really have real targets. So it's like right now, you can't say. To me, I'm like, we need to see him with an actual great wide receiver where we can actually see Mac Jones show up. Because all the people, you're comparing him to, right now you're going to compare him to Zach Wilson. Because he literally looks like Zach Wilson with the stuff that he has right now. But if you actually give him weapons, we don't know what he actually look like. Because we haven't.
That's valid. Because the man came from Alabama where he had Devontae Smith, Judy, all them other dudes. I can't even name them all right now. But he did have weapons.
He had weapons, but now he's in New England, and we ain't got that many weapons.
It's crazy how you go from having top like literally top first round receivers that year to now having nobody. Because it's crazy.
Actually, to be honest with you, if you actually want to think about it, he could have been in the same exact position as Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow had weapons in LSU, and he literally came into the league with weapons. So he's always been on a good course of.
No, he came in with none. They had to draft Jamar Chase the year after that.
But you remember, he got hurt his first year.
Yeah. But that first year, he had nobody. Yeah, he said, "Go get my boy." My boy took a year off.
That's what I'm saying. He literally played like 2 or 3 games, and he was hurt from that rest of that season. So he really didn't get to see that much.
You saying they should have sat Mac Jones?
Shit, we should have at least drafted a wide. We need a wide receiver.
Y'all need to go get Marvin Harrison Jr. or Jerry Rice.
We need to call Playboy for tampering.
Y'all draft receivers, but they just don't be hitting with y'all.
Y'all draft receivers in the 6th round that went to like Western Kentucky. Like, what you doing?
We don't have real.
Washington State receiver, 6 foot, 190 pounds. Like, what is he gonna do? No offense to the 6 foot pound and 190 brothers, but
our boys looked scared to catch yesterday, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Don't make it seem like Juju's such a big signing. He ain't.
Nobody did because we haven't mentioned the fact that we have literally said that he has no receivers. So
no receivers. All right, Rose over here talking about they got weapons. No, you don't.
Juju non-factor.
Bro, good. He trying to say that because Juju was on the team with Travis Kelce, who's arguably the best tight end ever. The man goes on TV and calls Shannon Sharp the GOAT. Shannon goes, nigga, that's you. Bro, what you talking about, bro? This man is – and anybody going to look great. I can look good out there right now. All I got to do is brace for the hit. Pause.
Oh God!
I knew that was coming.
Pause.
You got one more,
man.
Pat.
One thing I will say about the Bills.
I had to let that process.
The one thing I will say, I didn't expect Stephon to have 3 touchdowns. I was like, dang, bro, he be balling sometimes. Sometimes.
Hey, Stephon normally go dummy. It's Josh Allen who's the sometimes.
Yeah,
Stephon
you gonna throw them picks. Yeah. Broncos and the Bears. Golly, Justin Fields. The Bears coaching staff, you should have took the points. The Broncos won because there was a situation where they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. And it was like, you didn't have to go for it. You take that field goal and go up 2 possessions. You take the field goal and go up 2 possessions. Stop trying to play smart analytical football where you're like, oh, if we get the first down, we can run out the clock. Like, no, stop. There was still 6 minutes left in the game. Like, relax. You have 6
and there's a draw.
That too. You have 6 minutes left in the game. You have 6 minutes left in the game, and you're in their territory. The only time I've seen a team run down 6 minutes is when they start a drive in their own territory. I don't see a team on the other team's territory with 6 minutes left and draw out the clock. The most you could draw out without having a turnover or having to do a field goal is probably 3 minutes. So it's like what were you really trying to do? Just take the points, give them the ball back with maybe 6 to 5 minutes left, down 10. That's a harder thing for them to do than to try to whittle down to 3 minutes, then get the points. You're risking too much, especially with the type of quarterback. You got to know your personnel. You don't like a team that can do that is an upper level team that can whittle out that clock. But a team like the Jets or the Bears or like teams with younger quarterbacks that don't really have it yet together, take the points when you can get them. Stop trying to have them do this game management situational thing. They're just not ready for that yet.
So I think what he may have been thinking about was, you think about this, right? All right, they go for the points. They up 10. Broncos get the ball. They gonna score against my defense. And then we get the ball back. Now we up 3. My offense ain't
probably 2 minutes left.
Potentially go and score again. They got Russ over there, man. They might be to pull something out. Blah blah blah. Man, we might as well try and run this. Basically, what I'm saying is he had no faith in his team.
He
did it. Why? They suck. They suck, bro. His quarterback is not getting good reads. I tried to stand up for him a couple weeks ago. I ain't gonna hold you up, bro. Justin Fields is looking to run. But on the backside, though, he ain't got no protection, so I would look to run too. Like, I ain't looking to just stand
I'm not
there.
Finna stand there, yeah.
One more point I want to add to your point, Pat, bro, right there. We also forget that he did say when he got drafted that he kind of wished that they could change the stadium, make it a closed stadium so he could actually throw the damn ball. Because Chicago love that open stadium. They love the cold. That's the whole culture.
The man played in Ohio State, though.
Bro, that shit don't matter, bro. You go. He goes to different stadiums.
It's a difference if you're a quarterback that's getting custom and used to it. Like Tom, when we talk about, you're going to New England, that was.
I'm thinking about the windy. Okay. I was thinking about the cold, but I'm like, no, it's not about the cold. It's because he's in a windy city.
It's not the cold. It's not the wind. It's if he's a winner.
He's just not it.
I think he just didn't want to be there. I think he just didn't want to be there.
You telling me? So hold on. So you telling me? Because what y'all forget is where is Green Bay at? And so you telling me
in
that
Wisconsin.
Upper Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin.
The weather of Illinois, which is right next to Green Bay, and there's a split in Illinois where there's Green Bay fans or Bears fans. So they're this close. You telling me that he can't throw the ball, bro? Get up out of here, bro. Get up out of here, bro. I ain't never heard no shit like that for a quarterback who can't throw the ball.
There's one key difference. Jordan Love's been practicing in that weather. He ain't been playing in the games.
I'm not talking about Jordan Love. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers.
But that's different. That's for Aaron Rodgers because he's.
And he didn't get thrown in no fire. He got drafted.
Not everybody can do that.
He got drafted.
Just because you became a professional athlete to become a quarterback does not mean everybody has the same level of talent to perform in the same way. Not going to ask Baker Mayfield to do that, Aaron Rodgers. You're not going to do that.
Okay, and that's a fact. But look, stop. So you need to stop right there. What you said, Kenneth. What you just said. he does not have the talents to be a professional quarterback at this level. That's it. Period. It's not about no win to this and blah blah blah. Bro, he's showing you. It's not about none of that. We've seen umpteen people. Bro, what was Jay Cutler looked way better than that. Only thing he got over Jay Cutler is legs. That's it.
How long has that been since they had a quarterback?
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he just didn't want to play in Chicago. I think he did not want. And I think hold on. Let me finish. Okay, I got you. I think he's using those points to basically kind of like, I don't like it here. He started off saying. Remember when he had like a few years ago when they were saying like, oh, why is he going at the fans? Because he don't like y'all. He's trying to say things to eventually. I don't even want to put that on him. This is just my heavy opinion. I don't think, I'm not putting this on him, but I feel like this could be part of his way of just saying, I don't really rock with y'all like that. And I'm going to just say these little sly things because just letting y'all know, hey, go Bears. But at the end of the day, I don't really want to be here. Didn't want to get drafted here. Don't want to live here.
Well, where is he gonna go?
Man through his coaching staff,
Atlanta.
We don't even got to talk about where Justin Fields gonna go. You telling me, Caleb? What you telling me? The Bears. Let's say they continue in this losing season, right? Because it's gonna be a race for the losing pick between them, the Jets, and the Cardinals. What if the Bears get the number 1 pick again? What if let me
hold before you answer that, Pat.
That drafting him and dropping him in this situation, what's going to change?
Before you answer that, Pat, just so y'all know, I heard this. I think it was Shannon Sharp and what's his name, Ocho do like the little like recap thing every night. I heard him say they do have the Panthers number 1 pick. So imagine if the Panthers are bad this year too. So you get 2 top 5 picks. You get Caleb Williams and you go get Marvin Harrison Jr. If you're the Chicago Bears, but you get him a number 1 receiver.
The thing is, bro, when you a baller, when you a winner, when you a baller and you a winner, bro, you're gonna attract ballers and winners. You talking about the weather of Chicago, like Stephon Diggs wasn't in Minnesota begging to go into Buffalo because of Josh Allen. Like, come on, bro.
True, because Josh Allen.
They're total in Buffalo.
Bro, it ain't like people was begging to go in and play. Exactly. People were begging to go and play in New England with Tom Brady. Bro, it ain't about the level of how I feel. Nigga, do we got ballers or do we don't? And Justin Fields clearly ain't. That's what it's boiling down to.
Do you have an offensive line to protect your ballers? Because you don't got.
Shit, it clearly don't matter, brother, man. He got legs.
Then why even get a receiver?
He got legs.
I don't think he's playing well. I don't think he's playing well also because of coaching. I don't want to only put it on him.
Thank you.
I want to also because look at how trash Zach Wilson has been playing. But then Robert Saleh and that coaching staff is doing a damn good job of making sure he does have at least a solid game every now and then. Now with Justin Fields, it's like y'all are not even really truly trying to get this man really up there. So of course his play gonna be trash because the coaching ain't putting it in there for him to at least have a couple of games to where we can possibly have a debate about, okay, whether he's good or because now we're doing it again. We did it in the first game of this week. Of the season when he beat the Bills, and then we're doing it again after he almost beat the Chiefs. We're like, okay, well maybe Zach Wilson ain't that bad. Even though even between then against the loss to Dallas and against New England, we was like, oh, he trash. We'll probably still say it again. But then there might be another point in the season. Oh, well, okay, look at Zach Wilson. He's showing some improvement. Justin Fields.
I know Platinum P and Rosa, y'all been going back and forth about it. But I did want to say, Justin Fields looked way better last year, and I mentioned this last week. He looked way better last year. So it's the coaching that switched up on him that caused him. The schemes that have been made, that's been changed, is forcing him to look like absolute garbage. So now and I also want to agree with what Mel said earlier. He don't want to be there. So it's like you can see. It's clearly set now, bro. You know what? I was kind of getting used to being here. I was okay with staying here because we was actually playing good, and you was letting me play my game. But now you changing up my whole game. I already didn't want to be here. Now it's clearly being shown on the field that he's disgruntled and he don't want to be there, and he truly just not having a good time in Chicago. And I feel like he would actually be a greater player and a better player, and if he was on a different team that actually allowed his style to be played instead of them switching up the whole entire play style for him. Because, like I said,
so let me ask you a question to that.
Wait, hold on. Let me
The man broke a Lamar Jackson
record,
and now we call him trash.
Hold on. Let Cooley say what he got to say, and Pat, you go ahead and give me the question.
So when Patrick and Kenny were going back and forth, I was basically waiting to make that point, like what Najee said. After the second game of the season, at the press conference, he throws the whole coaching staff and the whole coach under the bus. Like, he's letting y'all know, I'm not rocking with what's going on in this organization. And when you don't have a player sold on your program, on the way you coach, on your philosophies, when you don't got them sold, that's going to reflect that play. Like, I give you another example. You see, this past Sunday, you see Kyle Pitts not going 100% on his route. Why? Because he don't trust his quarterback. You don't trust the coaching staff.
So,
head coach, you don't trust the direction that you feel like they leading the organization as far as winning, us putting players in the best position to win. You don't feel like they doing that for them. So you seeing what's going on.
I can agree with that. My question was, first to that point though, I want to say, I mean, your job is still to go do your job. It's not to underperform. That's not your job. You can't control the front office. And that's what a lot of our greats have said. Now, when you can say something and you can go do something, you go get the trade that you need. You go and tell them, yo, I don't want to be here no more. I'm requesting a trade. Let's go ahead and do this. When it's time for drafting, like, for example, they could have potentially talked with the Panthers. Y'all got the first pick. We'll give y'all Justin Fields. He looked a little bit nice this year, blah, blah, blah. Could have did whatever, will and dealed and got him somewhere if that need be. Now, I want to go back to what Najee was saying, though, about him looking nice, though. They ain't won a game since October. So if we was playing your system and we look nice, we ain't winning. The season starts in September. That's a month later. And then it ends, let's say, January? So we got 5 months. Out of 5 months, we played for 2 months. We caught some dubs, a couple dubs, we caught some L's. But after that, 3 months straight, we've been losing. And now we're going to the next season still losing. Coaching staff did change. But when we had the coach that played your style and allowed you to do you, and he did look better. But we still had a donut in the win column. So you look good, but we losing.
At least you had young talent that looked promising and was breaking records. It looked like he was wanted and enjoyed being in the city.
I'm going to answer your question, Pat. I'm answering your question. If you already got a system with your quarterback looking good, all you have to do now is start filling in those pieces of what's going wrong. Because clearly, it wasn't the quarterback from that point. So now, okay, let's go ahead and get new wide receivers. Let's go ahead and get tight end. We might need to get a better line. We might need to start making those moves. Because your first step is to make sure your quarterback is in the right position where he can play and get him in the right scheme that he actually can get wins. So now you just got to get the personnel around him to be correct. So if that's the case, then you do that. But if it's in the case of the scheme works, but the quarterback doesn't, then that means either A, you need to change the scheme, or B, you need to change the quarterback. And right now, the scheme right now is trash because we know the quarterback can actually be good.
And the best comparison for you on that I agree with you on Najee, RG3. His pops and them decided, hey, I'm not running no more. I'm passing. The only difference is the coaching staff that was changed decided we're not running you with the ball. You're going to be throwing the ball to nobody. That's what we're seeing. Now you got DJ Moore, and he was out here running.
Don't do Santana Moss like that. Don't do Santana Moss like that.
Bro, not Santana.
You don't do Santana Moss like that. He has some solid receivers.
Bro, right now. I
can't name the other guys, but he has it. And Alfred Morris, that running back in the day, they were solid. They had a solid team.
Don't right now, but well, I mean, for him back then, that was different. I'm talking about.
You said RG3.
No, see. You messed up on that because RG3. Only time RG3 and them had was the line was trash.
The plays is stupid.
You said what, Najee?
The only thing that he had a problem with was that line was trash for RG3.
Yeah, he had a bad O-line. He had Santana Moss, and I can't think of the other receiver. Weapons. He was nice.
He just didn't have time to get rid of
the Bears. Don't really got shit. The Bears don't got shit.
That is true. Because a lot of people were saying they need to get an O-line this season, that past draft. And I forgot who they picked with the number 1 pick. I think it was defense. I mean, we know the Bears, they love to pick some defensive guys and then lose them.
They got 3 defensive tackles. Why?
Yeah. Why? Yeah, no, the Bears, they haven't helped him. They have not helped him.
They haven't set him up for success at all.
Yeah, they haven't helped him. They haven't helped him, but then also it's unfortunate because they haven't helped him, and that doesn't help Justin Fields' trade value. In a sense of like, okay, if we do want to move on from him, we can't get him nowhere because nobody believes in him because we had his career so bad, and that's unfortunate. So a team that is going to have to take a risk and say, okay, we see the potential, we can do something with them. And I think just it's all about they would have to go off of that year's tape, and it would be unfortunate because it would be a risk that I don't think there's any team right now. I think it's also a timing thing too. I don't think there's a time. There's no teams in this year that are willing to take that risk right now that don't have a quarterback. Because if you think about it, they say Caleb Williams. There's no real teams that Caleb Williams could obviously go to.
About the Commanders.
Sam Howell looked good. Speaking of them, we're gonna move into them. We're gonna move into them as we get into my team. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. That was the best game. I don't know if that was his best game ever because he also did throw 4 picks last week. So it's like maybe it's just inconsistency. But if he plays like that against other teams, we'll see. So let's move into that one. That was a good transition. Commanders and the Eagles. Whew, boy, they had me on the edge of my seat, bro.
Man,
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Oh man, the Eagles.
No, I'm telling you, bro.
You thought y'all was gonna win that game?
No. Last year, our only loss. Well, no, our first loss because we did have another loss down the line to the Cowboys and then to the Saints. We lost 3. I'm tripping. But our first loss when we was like 9-0.
I said, look at Washington Commanders. They might sneak up on y'all. It's gonna be a close game, but
yeah,
hey, I said y'all gonna win. Man.
Yeah, and we did though. In overtime, luckily we got the dub. The defense is really the secondary. Like they didn't even because I have Brian Robinson on my fantasy, so I was hoping that they was gonna run the ball because that's how they beat us last year. They ran it down our throats. Pause. And I was like, all right, so this year I thought that's what they was gonna do to be able to beat us, but they just kept throwing it. And Sam Howell looked good. He only missed like 5 or 6 passes, and other than that, he had no interceptions. 2 or 3 touchdowns. I think he had like 1 touchdown. It was that the game tying touchdown. So other than that, Jalen Hurts looked great. I liked how he looked. AJ got his first touchdown. He actually got 2. So it's like, AJ starting to get it cooking a little bit. The deep ball is starting to get better. Jalen was just throwing it in like pockets, like right in between the safety in the corner, just right there. I was like, perfect placement.
Oh, why don't he just become a running back? Why he always got to run?
No. I'm gonna be honest with you. His running this year has been not as good. Like outside of that, like QB sneak thing, his running, he's not as fast. He's not as fast anymore.
I don't want to do that.
He's not as elusive. He's not. I don't see him on the outside running that well anymore. Like he's on the outside, he's not running the same. He's starting to slide a little bit, which is smart. I'd rather have you smart. I'd rather have you say, you know what, we can take let's just say it's 8 yards.
That Super Bowl, he gonna slide. He gonna try and get back.
Yeah, he's gonna slide, and that's good because now this past game, 300 yards, no picks. He was coming into this game already with 3 picks and 3 touchdowns. So I was like, okay, you 1 for 1. I don't like that. But this game, 3 touchdowns, no picks. So I'm like, okay, good. I like that. The running game was a little bit quiet this week because, like I said, we just kind of focused on throwing it a little bit more, getting AJ his touches, getting Devontae some touches. So other than that, it was good. It was just that secondary in the defense. I love big play Slay, but he's big play, not all game Slay. He's big play, not all game. And you need it. So, and Bradbury, he just be holding sometimes. He even goes back to the Super Bowl. He gonna always hold, get physical. So that gave the Commanders a couple of free plays throughout the game. That D-line is looking good, though. Jalen Carter, the Georgia boys, and the linebackers, they still looking good. We still getting to the quarterback. We had a good sack amount, but it's just that secondary got to tighten up. And other than that, we still look good. Still one of the only undefeated teams. So, hey, 4-0, baby. 4-0. All ugly wins, but, hey, if these are ugly wins, imagine when we play better. You know, if we playing sloppy and still 4-0, just keep waiting. That's all I'm gonna keep saying. Hopefully, yeah. Anybody got anything else to say about my Eagles if they watch that game?
I ain't got nothing to say about the Eagles, but I got to say, man, shout out Scary Terry. Shout out to them Washington Commanders, man. Keep building. Y'all got a good defense.
Hey,
yeah.
Everyone want to try to write off Airbnb and tip, man. Hey, that's beautiful. Good public show.
Always gonna bring it back to the
Chiefs. For everyone to see. You know what I mean? Okay. Like real loud. Try to get aid. That's one man I'm kind of confused why he don't really have a head coaching job in the NFL. But at the same time, you know, it's NFL. I don't know. I don't know. I would glad to see him have a head coach.
Man, give the ball to DeAndre Swift, Eagles.
Yeah, we'll think about it. We still haven't even unlocked Rashad Penny yet. We haven't even given the ball to Rashad Penny yet. We keeping everybody today. That last night's game was Kenneth Gainwell's game. The week before was DeAndre Swift. We have 4 running backs that could all have a game each time. So it's not going to be no consistent, DeAndre Swift going to have a good game this week, next week, and the week after. No, he's going to have a good game this week, and in 4 weeks, he's going to have another one. Because other than that, we're trying to stay healthy, and we're trying to spread the wealth. So I ain't mad at it.
Just Gainwell not a running back.
Yes, he is. He not that nice, but he is. He's solid. He's good enough. Texans and the Steelers. We went through these last few real quick. Texans and the Steelers, we got to see. I was surprised. I thought the Steelers, coming off their game against the Browns a few weeks ago, they were looking really good. Watt was breaking sack records. I was like, okay, they're solid. They might find an identity.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, and then Pickett got hurt, and the Texans, like we was talking about earlier, C.J. Stroud, 300-yard games and all his starts, touchdowns, no interceptions yet either.
He looking nice, bro. No interceptions. He in a category with only
Tank Dell is that dude, boy. A shifty, speedy guy. Yeah, he gave it to Collins. Nico Collins. Never heard of him until yesterday. I like him too. Nico Collins is nice. My boy Damian Pierce.
I think he was on another team. I can't think of what team he was on, but he was getting some. He was on the
Jaguars. He a Michigan boy. He went to UM, University of Michigan.
Okay, so I'm like, that's why I know their name. I'm like, bro, I don't know why, but.
Okay.
What I was gonna say was that it's CJ Stroud is in the company with Pat, Tom, A-Rod, you know what I mean? Just great company and some of our GOATs. So I say that to say with the yards and, no interceptions.
Okay. That's what you're talking about. I was like, what are you?
Yeah, so okay. I say all that to say,
I was trying to find out where he was going with that.
I think he's due for a pretty nice future, bro. And I mean, I am a, let's go blue. I am a U of M, but man, you gotta tip your hat to that, man.
I'm saying
he's
this.
A baller.
I'm saying this now. I don't want to see no brand new Houston Texan fans because I don't know no Texan fans. So anybody, and I'm just putting it out there. Anybody want to hop on that bandwagon? I'ma know.
You on mute, brother.
No comment on that. No comment. Don't say nothing.
That's cool. You may as well hop on that, bro. You may as well.
Pause.
Bro, we know who he talking about, bro. We know he talking about you, bro.
Pause. Well, we good this way. We already sent them home. You see where they at right now. They coming back now. That's it.
Man, we're going to see. I like it. They got a good coaching staff. Don't they? I forgot who they hired. This is a solid coach. And then the defense with Will Anderson out there. He's doing his thing. Other than that, I was surprised that they beat the Steelers. But Raiders and the Chargers. Garoppolo got hurt. Or no, he didn't even play at all. So I wasn't surprised that the Chargers handled that game. 49ers and the Colts.
Hey, hold up. I know y'all seen when them boys had that late hit on Herbert. Them boys.
That wasn't late. They did get the swarm, and it was like, bro, relax.
Swarm that man. I said, oh shit.
You could call it late. You could call it late, but they didn't have to eject him. That was where I didn't like. And I think they ejected him because of the reaction of the crowd.
Because of the reaction.
Yeah, if there's no reaction like that, or if it's like only a few people that are like, hey, they don't eject him. But you can't eject that man off that. Like, what is this, high school football? Like, come on, relax, dude.
You can't touch them, the Great White Hope. You can't touch the Great White Hope.
Low key, I ain't want to say it, but yeah.
I'm going to say it. And if they want to come, I'm right here in my room. I'm getting it. Because that's what it is.
Don't be inviting people over here. Mm-mm.
This is very crazy. There we go. All right. So, yeah, that's that game. Cardinals and the 49ers. The Cardinals were feeling good coming off the win against the Cowboys, so I could see why they put up some points because it was a close game so far. But then that third quarter hit, and McCaffrey did what McCaffrey does. And, yeah, the Niners do what they do. They still did. I think the Eagles and the Niners are the only undefeated left, I think. Yeah, because I think Miami was the other one that they lost. So, yeah, so 49ers. Oh, like 2 weeks. Philly's got a very tough schedule coming up, bro.
I think we see them next week.
We got a tough one coming up, man. Yeah, we got Rams, Jets, Dolphins, Commanders, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, then the night. This one right here, Chiefs. No, this right here. I'll start it right here. Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, Niners, Cowboys. Whew, that's gonna be tough. Even then having the Eagles, the Dolphins right there in between the Commanders again, running it right back in a few weeks. We got a tough schedule. We got a tough one. But in terms of you guys playing what was it? You said the Cowboys. Yeah, next week. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. But let's go back. How do I get back?
Great test.
Okay. Yeah. Other than that, that was a pretty solid game. Now let's get into it. Najee versus Pat.
Let's get into it.
I thought that was Zeke's homecoming. I thought it was gonna be an interesting game. Yeah, I think that's the last game of the night because we already talked about the Chiefs and the Jets.
I don't even want to talk to Najee right now because I already talked to Najee and I told Najee, and Najee already gave up his hopes. I want to talk to Mr. Rose. I want to talk to Mr. What happens when your defense don't score? I want to talk to Mr. Your defense ain't got Trayvon Diggs no more. Oh, the nigga just gonna run away. Oh, you just go run away. You just go lead the check. Y'all see that? He just left the check. Y'all see
my gosh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. This man did just dip out. Oh, you heard it here live. This man did. Oh, there he go. He back. I think he back.
Oh,
keep doing
that. Hold on. We gotta wait for your red dot. My brother. Hold on. Slow down. Too much dip on your chip. That man tried to hop straight in and be like, oh, no. Nah. You gotta hold down. You gotta sit in the waiting room. You gotta sit in purgatory. No. Stay. You just gotta give it a minute. You don't even want to stay in purgatory. Like, golly.
Well, can I speak on my side?
Yeah, speak on your side while we wait on him.
Like I told Pat offline, and I kind of respected it. I was like, man, I knew he was gonna lose. I already knew that, but to lose that bad, I wasn't expecting that. I'll be for real. I wasn't expecting that. I expected us to at least lose by like 14. At the most, like 14. But Mac Jones, no weapons. Mac Jones is looking lost because he ain't got nobody out there. To be honest with you.
Kendrick Bourne at?
Huh?
Kendrick Bourne, where he at?
He there. He ain't really do nothing. He ain't do nothing. We got like a whole entire rotation of
tight ends. The 81 dude from Jacksonville.
We got a whole rotation of tight ends, and so we don't got no real consistency. So, like, we literally play like 4 different tight ends a night. So, you can't get no real chemistry between the quarterback and the tight end because we have a different tight end every single play. Stevenson has been looking just out. He's just been out there. He been getting cardio. That's all he do. and he getting cardio without even having the ball.
That is crazy.
So, and our defense, that was probably the worst they looked to me so far this year. But,
I ain't gonna lie. We were doing anything we wanted to do.
Fake field goals, bro. This is the NFL. This is not NCAA football 14. This is not Madden. This is not high school ball. This is not backyard football. This is the pros. Them boys hit a fake field goal on y'all.
Hey, and I'm talking about it looked so smooth, bro. It looked like I don't even know. Brady was
yesterday.
He was
If
running
you
a
ain't
smooth
noticed
2.5.
New England's not good at defending trick plays. We're not good at those, okay? Trick plays just get us every time, and it's always going to happen, okay? It's
38
2 things.
to 3 look like you ain't do good at defending shit.
No, it's last night. Yeah, last night we looked like we didn't know what to do. But 2 things could be a guarantee about New England.
Cover a barnyard, the ball side of a barnyard.
2 guaranteed things. We're gonna have some unknown people on our offense, and we're always gonna fail at a trick play, or we're gonna fall for a trick play. Look, all the time. So yeah,
disappointed in y'all cornerbacks.
just like our don't talk about the silent assassin. He's still a baby. Don't talk about
who's the silent assassin? Judon?
No. He just won rookie. He won defensive rookie of the month this year. Not this year.
Of the month. Oh my God.
Defensive rookie of the month. No, because he's really good.
Got exposed.
What is he? Can you tell me about him? What's his name? What's his position?
A
corner.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of his name. It sounds familiar. I do remember y'all drafted a corner that people were talking about. What's his name?
I'm going blank right now on his name.
Oh,
I was going blank on it. I always call him Silent Assassin because I know he's a Hispanic dude. I just went blank.
Oh Lord,
Hernandez. Hernandez. He's from Oregon. I know. Yep. Yeah. Hernandez. Yeah, they drafted him out of Oregon. It was between like him and somebody else that was going to go number 1. It was like Witherspoon that went to Illinois. He went to Seattle or something, and then Hernandez was like the second corner people wanted to get. So, yep, he's solid too. He's tall cornerback.
Yeah, he's solid too. Really good. He just had a bad game, that's what I said. That was probably our worst defensive game for us, and yeah, I expected us to lose, especially from our early predictions in the early episodes. I expected us to lose the game, but we got a tough schedule. We'll just bounce back at the next one.
All right, yeah. Go ahead, Rose. Talk to him. Tell him what you was gonna say.
Rose had left the chat, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Patriots.
Okay. Mine's still showing he in here.
Patriots and the Cowboys, man. Like, I'm disappointed because like the Patriots always find a way to win, and they just made the Cowboys look good. Great, y'all. Yeah, y'all made the Cowboys look great. Y'all made the Cowboys look like they gonna win a Super Bowl, which is like as knowing that fan base. Like,
that's not happening this year.
Too much dip on the chip.
Or have them thinking that that's y'all giving them people confidence. 38-3. That's a confidence booster.
That definitely is. I'm feeling boosted. I know we ain't gonna win this year. But I do know my man.
This is what I'm looking at. Don't y'all play when do y'all play the Eagles?
Let me go back to
it. I think he said like 3 or 4 weeks. I'm looking.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Next week is a big game and that Eagles game, but next week versus the 49ers is going to be important.
That's a huge one. I think it said in San Francisco too. I can't remember which one it said.
If y'all can win that game, I start believing, man. I don't know, but I'm still
Niners is our kid.
It's the Sunday night. It's the Sunday night game too. Oh, that's gonna be good. Ooh, these games next week should be solid. See, now we're getting some bye weeks. I think now we're getting some people with bye weeks because this is like a shorter schedule. Yeah, because I think I remember the Chargers. I got Herbert and Eckler on fantasy. They got a bye week, so I think now we're starting to get bye weeks now. So less games, everybody. Just be on the lookout for that. If it starts to feel like, dang, ain't nobody who all played today. People got bye weeks now. So yeah, y'all play them. Y'all the Sunday night game too. Ooh, I don't know. That's prime time too. Y'all see with y'all with prime time. Dallas will get a whole bunch of prime time games, win half of them, and lose half of them. It's just crazy.
We will.
Y'all will win a Monday night game. Y'all win Monday night games, but those Sunday night games be getting y'all. Those be the ones where y'all be losing. Y'all will lose a Sunday night game like it's nothing. But then the Monday night games, y'all just like to show up a little bit. So
y'all okay, but y'all can't show up with the bright light.
But I want to hear Rose. I want to hear what Rose.
Yeah, go ahead, Rose. Talk to him about that before we get up out of here.
Yeah, well, what was the question, bro? What was the question?
Well, Our defense, you still don't believe?
I didn't say I didn't believe in your defense, but I definitely believe y'all can be had. Definitely can believe that. I definitely know y'all don't want to play against a team that has an actual quarterback and a run game. I know that.
I think that we're excited to play next week against a team with a quarterback and a running back. And if y'all say Brock Purdy is not a quarterback, y'all are assholes because y'all just sat here and debated on Zach Wilson's relevance. So if Brock Purdy,
I'm not going to do him like that. No, he's solid.
No, Mr. Relevant is very relevant.
He proved it. He proved it.
They better than y'all right now.
Yeah, they look nice. I like them Niners. They look nice, but I think
not better than us.
Them. I think we can beat them as well. I think we can beat both of them. I think we can win the NFC without Trayvon Diggs. And y'all was saying that our defense wasn't all of that. Y'all was saying we was gonna be missing such a big piece without Trayvon. And I said specifically, I think we will be fine. I think that our guys are gonna step up and do their job and go into the roles because Trayvon, he's a piece of a bigger system. It's chess. You know what I mean? Granted, he's a solid piece, but I ain't even lie. The nigga get had, like, pause, but the nigga, like, they target him. Certain people target him.
So that's Pat, they used to be able to do that, but not when you got him and Stephon and you got
not when you got 11, him and exactly.
You can't do that because he's going for the ball to get pick sixes and run it back to the house.
So that's what I'm saying.
Because now you're going to go through the same problems y'all went through before.
No, we're not. Because you just saw a guy just run. You literally just saw a guy get a pick six and run it back to the end zone, looking just like this.
That's against Mac Jones and who did
Trayvon do it against the other weeks?
Was it Juju?
Who did Trayvon do it? Juju is ass too. He ain't nobody.
I was saying, was it past the Juju? Because
I don't know because Juju looked like Z to me.
Offense. When you play against a team that doesn't have a good, solid offense, y'all look amazing. But when y'all play against a team that
we play against a team who has a solid offense,
Josh Dobbs.
So Arizona's decent now. Arizona is decent now. When we just said they were ass. When we just said, first of all, y'all lost to the Lions.
Bro, the Lions are good. Have you not seen?
The Lions,
y'all lost
the Lions are good.
But so
you just told me. But then just a second ago, but just see now, look at what you just said. You just said the Cardinals was good. But you just said that the Cardinals was good. But you just said that the Cardinals was good. But you don't want to acknowledge what you say. You don't want to acknowledge what you say. Look, now you want to just keep running, but that's fine. You don't want to acknowledge what you just said. You just said the Cardinals was good. Now say, oh, but Detroit is this, Detroit is that.
They're drafting for the number one.
Said, and then said now they're drafting for a number one. Just a second ago, you said you lost to a good offense. You said you lost to a good offense. Did you not?
A chance to take it, y'all spot.
No, actually, I'm not worried about Detroit.
I hope that happens. Actually, I know I got them on fantasy, but
I'm not worried about them taking our spot. I'm gonna let you know that right now. In reference to what you're saying, not at all, because the difference between me and you is we ain't gonna take that L. Y'all did. But
someone clip this.
Moving forward, is you can clip it. Where we at? How many minutes we got, Mel? You can clip it and book it. What day it is? Monday, October 2nd, 2023. Dallas went and lose to Detroit.
Yeah.
And I believe I want to say Dallas versus Detroit is December 30th. So when we go ahead and take that dub, know what's up.
Okay.
When we go ahead and take that dub, know what's up. But in reference to what you said about the Cardinals, you said the Cardinals was a competent offense. They went back and said they're tanking for the USC quarterback. Stick to one side. That's all I want to know.
Pat, I just want to say, Kenneth, you do this every time. Cause you love to move the goalposts every time.
How I move the goalposts?
You do, cause when out of nowhere, when did we just started saying that Detroit was good before they beat y'all? When
they was coming in hot last year. They had a chance to the playoffs.
My Lord.
They had hope.
Oh, you just love it. This is the thing. You be like, Y'all love to move the goalposts. Yeah, we got to move the goalposts back after you already done moved it. That's why. Because you moved the goalposts so much. Just so you moved the goalposts that fast to make Kansas City look like they beat they got lost to such a
No. Everyone literally looks at Detroit and say they're a good, viable team. They're gonna be where we saw with Minnesota last year. Detroit's taking that spot.
When did we start saying
they have the best offensive
We just started saying that now because they actually do look like a real team.
And they just have a really solid chance. And I would just really love to see, especially December 30th, right, Pat?
What are you talking about?
December 30th. Book it.
You acting like it wasn't a shocking when the dude who just won a championship, who didn't lose anything, lose to the Lions.
I'm gonna tell you this. Y'all boys ain't going back. Y'all ain't repeating shit looking like that. Y'all ain't repeating shit looking like that.
Oh, you sure? You sure?
Boy,
you sure?
Getting more delusional.
Hey, it's called Arrowhead.
Positive.
They get more delusional than the Cowboys.
Last time Dallas came in?
Nigga, you would have thought I was Magic Doctor the way I'm telling you how fucking positive I am, nigga.
I'm kind of conflicted right now. How
positive.
How long has it been?
Hey, bro.
Oh,
this
man.
Killer for me out there moving the goalposts.
I had to take the glasses off.
Y'all niggas ain't going back.
That is
okay. Okay, Pat, hold on now. Okay, they could. I don't. Okay, they're not going back. Who in the AFC you think can beat them this year?
Honestly, I'm liking.
Clearly, anybody that was on the Detroit.
I'm liking Miami.
Okay.
Oh shit. Yeah. I was about to say if you ask Kenneth, shit, Detroit, anybody over there can have one.
Well, no, Detroit NFC.
No. Anybody over there, if you ask Kenneth, hold on. If you ask Kenneth, anybody over there in the AFC, anybody
we got better talent to play
against because they just
so name who's gonna beat us?
War and mayhem every weekend, and the Chiefs just got a goddamn triumph and be a gladiator fucking team every weekend. So you ask Kenneth to fucking build the narrative.
Hey.
Oh God!
Let me answer the question, Kenneth. Because he asked Pat. I think Jamal gonna come to you niggas in a minute, but he asked Pat. Let Pat.
No, I'm not going to Kenneth. I'm not going to Kenneth. I'm not going to Kenneth. No. I'm only going to Pat. I'm only going to Pat because he's saying y'all not making it back, and I'm like, who else in the AFC could beat them? You know, and he said Miami, which we'll see because they do play each other. Unfortunately, it's not, which I think is stupid. If you schedule Miami against them, you play that game in Kansas City so Tyreek can come back. You don't plan that game internationally. Like, what the hell? I don't know why they did that. That was stupid.
I don't understand that either.
But next year they got to do that because Tyreek needs a homecoming. You know what I'm saying?
He deserves that.
He make Kansas City seem like they facing.
I would love to see Tyreek Hill. I would love to see Tyreek Hill return to Arrowhead and hit them with the deuces.
Beat the man to be the man.
Facts.
But we don't get to see that. We got to watch this game in Germany at 9:00 in the morning. Like, bro, I want to see Tyreek pull up to Arrowhead, hit them boys with the deuce. If you like, what you mean, dude? Off a deep ball, just like, oh, that would be so poetic. Oh man, but unfortunately we won't see that. But I do see, like you said, Miami, Buffalo.
My dark horses. I'm sorry, but my dark horses is Chargers and the Ravens. But I ain't fucking with them goddamn Chiefs.
So
okay, those four.
You're taking
that's
3
heavily
teams out of the field against my one.
No, he said four. He said Chargers.
I love it here.
Chargers, Ravens.
I said 4.
Bills.
Now, who I like number 1? I got number 1 Miami.
I'm surprised
I got Bills,
Burrow.
and then Joe because he's fucking hurt. I said Bills. I said Bills second. But if Joe Burrow wasn't hurt, I'm going with Burrow any given day.
Pat. Put the drink down. Put the drink down, Pat. You don't need no more. You don't need no more.
Man, no.
You don't need no more, Pat. You don't need no more.
Man.
We already seen how that
down,
went on. We already seen you.
I don't want to be on air what I want to tell you to put down,
it's
nigga.
All cool,
but just
bro.
put that shit
cool.
down.
It's all cool. Guess what, though? We still went 5 times.
Oh, man.
5 times to the championship game.
Hey man, if you don't get your $5 foot long ass the fuck up out of here, nigga, you ain't get down into that ass street, nigga. You ain't get down into that street.
Don't bring Brooke. Don't try to bring Booker T up in here. Booker T ain't even from Kansas City. He from Houston, so that makes even
Booker T. What is Booker? What Booker T? What is you talking about?
That's what that five time. That's from Booker T from wrestling. He gonna try to bring that.
Oh, you know when I think Booker T, I'm thinking Booker T Washington. I'm like, bro, what? Okay. That's what's up. Shout out to WrestleManiacs too.
Drake, bro. No, get him like Drake.
Absolutely.
Let me come over here.
Y'all niggas winning? Let me get down.
Hey, I'm excited.
And on Instagram, I want to go and give a shout out to Black Queen's Masterpiece.
You know that?
Where y'all get y'all
Bruh, Najee is wild.
In Savannah, so y'all go get y'all face cleaned up. Y'all go check them boys out. Y'all have a great time. This has been the Heavily Opinionated Podcast.
Shout out BQ Masterpiece.